Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome here to the Thanksgiving 250th event and also the preseason opener of the second season of the NASCAR Winston Cup Series powered by the WRA. Yes, it's just the Cup drivers this time around. Of course, they just had their last race of the season, which we already crowned the champion in Ponzo Alvarez, but these drivers are ready for a fun 250-mile, 125 lap race here today at the Auto Club Speedway of Southern California. I just had something to drink, is why I almost belched. So I apologize about that. Hannah Smith, a driver we expected a lot of things, after what she's learned from the first season, on the pole position alongside of Ben Erickson, the RCR teammates of Elena Aurora and Jacob Tutu. You basically already know the rest of your starting lineup if you saw the qualifying video yesterday. And there's the 42 car field rolling off. As there's the back row of the grid. Going to be a fun race here today at the Auto Club Speedway of Southern California. There's no need for me to go over the points table because, well, there is no need to talk about points. This is a non-points event, should I remind you all. This will more likely be my longest Auto Club Speedway.
This is a story about the one. The one who looks to great you to make sparks fly. Getting it done right is a craft. It takes experience, the right material, and the right partner like Grainger with a wide range of professional grade products. For the one, working hard means others can play even harder. Call clickgrainger.com or stop by. Grainger.
125 laps, 250 miles ready to go here for the Auto Club Speedway. And the third annual Thanksgiving 250 is green. Let's go racing at Auto Club. Happy Thanksgiving, drivers. Everybody did take the starts. That's good news there. Let's make sure we don't get aggressive here, folks. I want to get a nice clean run to start this race. Got a bunch of California drivers in the field. We mentioned Nathan Orman, a California driver. Well, Timmy Turner is a California driver. Let me see who else is a California driver. Courtney Lynn is also a California driver. Michael Brown, I don't know if he's from California. I need to ask Nathan Orman that question. Or me, if you're watching this race, tell me if he's from California or not. Annika Ritchie, last year's Busch Series driver, now in the Winston Cup Series for Season 2. Sorry, I'm taking care of something else while this is going on. It's Annika Ritchie and Lucy Myers last year did a good job in the Busch Series, now driving the number 88 UPS Ford for Robert Yates Racing here in the Winston Cup Series. This, if you notice, this is the 2005 paint schemes I'm running this season for Winston Cup. Samantha Granger drove the 30. This is the same team, except she's driving a different number. It's the 07. So the owner points from the 30 goes over here to the 07. So that way the 07 will now be locked into this race. We're being told the 27 has gone a lap down. That would be Katsuro Amirmwez as he's brought his Kurt Shelmerdine racing car on the pit road. And let's see what is wrong. Yeah, something is wrong with the 27. As they're looking to diagnose what is the issue on that Ford. That's a tough break for a go-or-go-home driver. Katsuro is going to be running in the Busch Series this upcoming second season. That's a tough break for Katsuro. Lucy Myers pulling away here. That is Luke Knight in the 40 machine. Annika Ritchie running in third. And we are still green. Katsuro Amirmwez has returned the race. He is now a few laps down as a result. Now 2 laps down, so he's, or no, 3 laps down now. So whatever the issue was wrong on that 27, they got him back up to speed. So we'll see. He'll see if he can tell his crew if there is something they need to fix before they have a pit stop. Of course, that's a little early in the race, lap number 3, to have a mechanical problem. There's Leela Bakai. This is the closest she will get to a home race. She is from Honolulu, Hawaii, but she will get got respect to the crowd. Monica Towns in her second season in the pitch black Dodge for Everham Motorsports. Crystal Fontaine, who raced her way into this event, driving the number 73. She is in the top 10. Venko Seaman having a good run. That's 08. That is Tyler Carmichael. That's the brother to Chloe Carmichael. Having a good run in the Winfield Chevrolet for Braun Racing. That's, by the way, a Busch team that he's driving, as we're looking at Liliana Beta, defending series champion Ponto Albanese, new colors. Drove a Ford, driving a Chevrolet for Joe Gibbs Racing. Lena Aurora, Ben Erickson back here at the rear of the field. Drake Robertson, Lena Aurora, Nathan Orman, a hometown kid. He's at the back, but this is very early in this race. Ormy not running well, but as I said, this is early, ladies and gentlemen. We're only on lap 11 of 125. And it makes a lot of sense to do a 250-mile event because, as I said before, 250 miles would be 125 laps. So, good thing we're doing it here at Auto Club.
Gillette Labs ain't a miracle, but it sure as heck ain't my old razor. It's Gillette's best shave. Doing up to 30 shaves per cartridge, I'm spending less. Its ultra sharp blades last 50% longer and give you a fresh blade feeling time after time after time after time. Gillette Labs, the best a man can get. It's getting better.
Incoming dishes! Dawn Power Wash flies to 99% of grease and grime in half the time. It absorbs grease 5 times faster. Even replaces multiple cleaning products.
Bridget Thomas running in second. She's driving the Bill Davis racing car. This is the car Annie Thomas drove in season 1. Got that car into victory lane, but wasn't high enough in points to have that win count for a playoff spot. And a 17 didn't fare any better in last season. So maybe some new luck for Lila Bakai will hopefully get them a win. We will be back here at Auto Club Speedway later in season 2 for a points paying event. So all of these drivers, the top 35 that are locked into the show, they have a good chance to possibly, learn some data that can help them when we come back for our points paying event. Next race, next special event will be on the 24-25th weekend. It will be, you guessed it, just the Cup drivers that weekend. For the final ever special event, that will be called the PCS Array. As it will be PCS Array's final special event ever. And then we will focus on the World Racing Association. Last time Bridget Thomas took part in a series of some kind was the Buffalo Wild Wings series. She hasn't run anything until now. And Monica Towns, the last ever Buffalo Wild Wings Series champ, going to go to the race lead. Monica Towns, part of Ricky Cervantes' group, as what was then called Indiana Motorsports, now Ricky Cervantes Motorsports. All of Zachary Taylor's drivers have relocated to Ricky Cervantes.
Shorts are buy one, get one half off at Academy. If you're looking for a fully transparent education for your child, please visit our website.
Mathis Home and Beautiful Water, teaming up to support local students. Drop off school supplies at any Mathis Home or Mathis outlet, benefiting the Boys and Girls Clubs. Donate today.
Metro Merch is OKC's favorite big store. Get overstock from big name brands at unbeatable prices. Prices start at $7 on Fridays and go down daily. Mention this after 25% off any price item. Metro Merch, the brands you know at the prices you love.
Get ready, guys. There is MetLife Stadium.
Lila Bakai running in the second position. Good run for Lilo in the early stages of this race. We still have all 42 of our drivers, all 41 of them on the lead lap. There's the 40. There's the 27. Taken on board of Katsir Mirmoez. As he's just trying to soldier on what has been a not so good day here today. Let's look at my favorite thing, the weather. 71 degrees, winds blowing south at 3 to 5 miles an hour, clear skies. Track is going to be a lot slicker today with 71 degrees, but a good November day here in Auto Club Speedway.
that machine. By the grace of God, when they unplugged it, my first started working on my phone for the very first time. Now, that machine was called a ventilator, and that ventilator had radiation. And the radiation, although it's kept me alive, it also took 90% of my bilateral hearing. What exactly does that mean? So basically it means that I lost 90% hearing in both ears, bitch. Well, growing up, it must have been difficult, but it still has to be a struggle to communicate. Communication never really been my.
There's Vinko Seaman.
At a young age, I had to teach myself how to read lips. I didn't start speaking until I was 4 years old. Now, I want to do this to you. But growing up, I used to.
Vinko is in the Red Bull GT series, which, by the way, that season will start back up next week. Number of drivers that are in the Red Bull GT series. We'll be back with the Red Bull GT series drivers next week.
Anything and everything helps. Look, man, you have such a great perspective on everything that you've been through life, and you said, I'm just messing with you. I choose to have fun with it. That's the way you gotta deal with things in life. There's always going to be someone like a lesbian to you, someone who doesn't get it or don't believe you.
Good run for.
The truth is, you can't let people like that win. Because then they have power over you. What you gotta do is
Good run for Tyler Carmichael, still learning his name. Tyler Carmichael having a good run, running in third. Margaret Jacobs, Kevin Joseph, that is your top 5. Not surprising to see Roush Racing up here inside the top 10. Riley Anderson running in the 9th position. Now in the 8th position, but nice to see they're running very well here in this race. Jacob Tutu at the rear of the field. By the way, if you're hearing my TV, I'm watching NXT.
Are you guys really believing all this crap? Did you see the sit-down interview with Miles Ford? His sob story about being deaf. He's not deaf.
We will also be halfway through a fuel run for these drivers, barring if we got a caution or not.
Hey, but if Miles was deaf, then how can you wrestle? Okay, yeah. If Miles is deaf, then
Vinko Seaman looking for the race lead, and he will do so.
Great. Nothing to prove he's just as much of a fraud inside the ring as he is out of it.
Sure. Yes. Whatever makes it feel better.
NXT just got a little bit more snap. As Blake Monroe, the glamorous one, goes one-on-one with Kalani Jordan. We talk about being set, Grace. How about not one, but 2 championships will be defended next week? And friendship, no more. Dan Paxton gold back to the going, or can Ruka snatch her soul? Women's North American title on the line next Tuesday.
Leela Bakai has now retaken the race lead.
Chase Hughes has earned themselves an opportunity to challenge Hank and Tank for the NXT Tag Team title. Well, we are set for a championship main event tonight on NXT. It's for the NXT North American Championship. Introducing first from Mississauga, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 222 pounds. He is the TA Director of Authority and Tito Morella. This first match on WWE programming since June of 2014. Morella paid for the North American title next.
Kevin Joseph looking for the race lead.
I recommend switching to Cascade Platinum Plus. These new products are completely bleaching your soulful scrubbing and rinsing action. Plus, the grease like Power of Dawn, breaking down 100% of tough stuck-on foods. That's impressive. And it works so well, it keeps your filter clean. Cascade, Roto-Rooter recommended safe for
You're seeing Skechers famous line set footwear everywhere. And now that famous design is available in hands-free Skechers slippers. Get the comfort and style glide set now with the convenience of slippers with no bending down or touching your shoes.
There's Kevin Joseph, the leader. There's Tatum right into zero, the net zero, Chevrolet. Not sure if the 27 took fuel or took tires or a combination of the two.
Dry, brittle hair. New Pantene Damage Repair formulas are infused with provitamins, argan, and jojoba oils to repair weak inner hair bonds for stronger, healthier hair without the $90 price tag. It's intensive care for your hair. Pantene.
My stuff, this is like the third year you're 45. So we've recovered cancer already.
Cancel the rush. That's the Clodagh. It's effective and you can sleep at home. It's for people 45 plus and average, not high risk. False positive and negative results may occur. Ask your provider for Clodagh.
My kids can't hide anything from me. I'm home. Especially when they've been using toilet paper that doesn't hold up.
Charmin Ultra Strong has a diamond texture that's more durable and it cleans better, so you can use less. Enjoy the go with Charmin. Cute, but can my teeth be whiter?
It's not your fault. Teeth yellow at time. Just one kit of Crest 30 White Strips reveals your brightest smile for 12 months. Whoa,
I know.
Crest. Thank goodness back to school is almost here. So get a free 5G phone on us. So you can order some last minute school supplies while the kids enjoy the last moments of summer. Get a free 5G phone on us on America's most reliable 5G network. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart.
He's the reigning champ.
Sam Mayer is going to win at Iowa.
On the short track at Iowa Speedway.
He is the man to beat. We're going to become the powerhouse.
It's Saturday.
Off we go.
I think Seaman now takes the race lead. Less than 20 laps away from what will be green flag pit stops here in this race.
The NASCAR Xfinity Series. This Saturday live at 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific, only on the CW.
Was really hard. The one thing that I've always relied on was my athleticism. And when I felt like that got taken away, I was so scared not to come back and good enough for the fans.
Congratulations. Congratulations. What's going on feel out there? Yeah?
In fact, you do get one under my belt.
Yeah, that's it. You hit one time and it's right back in it. Yeah. Here we go. WrestleMania. WrestleMania.
Tonight is like the beginning of, I hope, the best chapter of my career. I feel the most confident me versus me, and that's what we're here to do it all over again.
We caught up with Fatal Influence during the break.
JC, how would you assess Fatal Influence's performance tonight?
It'd be really important for these drivers to get some strategies going on the fuel mileage situation. Somebody was going 3 wide. That was Leila Bakai underneath her teammate Kevin Joseph and Monica Towns. That's 3 wide. Hopefully we don't get a caution or two. Hopefully we don't get a yellow. Really nice little green flag run to start this race. Notice they're already on the main event for NXT. Our pole sitters dropped further back. Looks like her car's not handling well, so some of these drivers might be good on the long run and not good on the short run. Impressive by Vanko Seaman. Also really impressive by this lady right here, Lucy Myers in second.
He's the champion of all of those Americans. He's vital American champion. He's North American champion. He's people next to the North American champion. It's important to recognize that. I understand where you're coming from. He's a proud Canadian patriot. He is. He said he was born in Canada. This is Bobby Brown out here. What do you mean my prerogative? Only gonna take 3 seconds to look over. How tough is Santino Morel?
The Bakai and Annika Ritchie. Good run for Elizabeth Gardner. Haven't talked much about that 77, the Kodak Dodge for Penske Racing. That's the third car. Ben Erickson in 6th. 7th, Kevin Joseph. 8th is Tatum Wright. I'm going the wrong way. Benko Seaman really got a very strong race car. Katsura is the only driver off the lead lap, 3 laps down to be exact, after he had mechanical problems at the beginning of the race. This has been a very calm race that we normally don't see for the Thanksgiving 250, our 3rd annual event. Rebecca Hawkins won the inaugural race 4 years ago. Mohammed Fauzi was the defending winner of this race 2 years ago, did not qualify for this race, so we're guaranteed a new winner of the Thanksgiving 250, the 3rd annual event. I'll try to run it yearly, as we are nearing pit stops here for these drivers. Darby King in 8th, Riley Anderson in 9th, Monica Towns. That's your top 10 here in this race. Let's go on board of Benko Seaman. You can hear it when we were on board with him, how, with the bumps and all that, and how much time he had to get out of the throttle on that machine, as he is currently our race leader. Of course, remember, he's burning up a lot more fuel with him in clean air. Elizabeth Gardner battling with Ben Erickson. That is a battle for the 4th position. Annika Ritchie's 3rd. They're nearly spread out. A caution, however, will bunch these drivers right back up. Not much about the 27. Liliana Beta, Elena Aurora, Brad Blackman back here at the rear of the field, not having good runs. But remember, these drivers will have to make a pit stop. Have to make 2 pit stops, actually, in this 125-lap race. Ooh, this is getting a little dicey over here, folks. That was Bakai. Yeah, these drivers are getting racy over here. Annie Winters in 16th. Look at this hornet's nest. Ooh, look out. Are drivers coming to pit road, or they don't know what they were doing there? This is getting dicey back here. Because the top three have pulled away. Here comes Ericsson in fourth. Then you have this hornet's nest back here at the rear of the field. Senor Sean up here in 20th. Excuse me. Haven't talked much about Senor Sean. Sucks that his sister failed to qualify for this race. Well, at least Sean will already get the bragging rights on Jesse, but he wanted Jesse to make the show, to be honest with you. But Jesse will try again in December, as will everybody else. As we will get set for the Christmas, the December holiday 500. That will be at, I don't know where I'm going to have it at this season. I'm going to switch my channel over from NXT to something else. All right, it's really gotten dark. Oh, pit stops. Looks like Vato Seaman went 46 laps, so that will be his turn out on the pit road. Just want to get some tires. Annika Ritchie going to stay out, lead a lap. So we have begun green flag pit stops. Timmy Turner's a lap down. Oh, he's got an issue. No, the engine let go. No. No. Timmy's out of his home race. If you thought Ormy's bad luck was bad, Timmy Turner has had the worst luck out of everybody in the California drivers as far as that's concerned, as the leaders are in. I tell you, Timmy Turner has had the worst luck out of any driver on this channel. You thought Orman's luck was bad. Turner's luck has been worse. Times 1,000. Oh, boy. Kevin Joseph staying out longer. That's an interesting strategy there, Kevin. But hey, why not? I mean, this is a non-points event. I mean, Kevin Joseph's like, this is a non-points event. Why not go for broke? You got nothing to lose. There's no points on the line. There's no playoff spot on the line. There's no championship on the line. This is like bragging rights. So it's like, what the heck? Let's go for it. That's an interesting strategy for Kevin Joseph to stay out this long. Almost 50 laps on a set of tires. It's like everybody else that didn't come to pit road are coming to pit road. Looks like Nathan Orman, who started, in the 29th or in the 30th position, looks like he played some pit strategy as well. I mean, why the heck not? You got nothing to lose. I mean, this is a non-points event, for goodness sake. So I like the idea for Ormy. This is no points. I'm not fighting for a championship. Why not go for it? Why not play some pit strategy that could play a factor in this race? It was a piston issue, and we're also being told the 0-1 is a lap down. I'm not sure why. There he is. Did we have some pit road contact? Oh, nope, the engine let go on the 0-1. Well, there's our answer. And the 31 is a lap down. I'm not sure why the 31 is a lap down. Unless she came to pit road and she hasn't gotten her lap back. That would probably be my guess. Yeah, she is a lap down. Caution's out. Caution is out for the first time today, I think. Yes, caution's out. Just as we completed a cycle of pit stops, the yellow flag rears its ugly head. Oh my goodness me. I was not expecting that. Whoa, Sean and Betty Barrett got together. What's the yellow for? Oh my God. While we were just looking for a replay on the 31, the yellow flag comes out. Holy cat. Well, that's perfect time for everybody because everybody just completed their pit stops. And Ben Tennyson has now gone behind the wall. Looks like a header issue. So the caution's out for the first time today. Let's find out what caused this first yellow. All right, this is what happened. Finally got the TV changed over to a different channel, and NXT is already done. Looks like contact between Luke Knight and Jay Green is what started this incident. And this is coming out of the pit lane, by the way. Right there, when the 40 is up on the racing surface, Winston Cup officials had no choice but to throw the caution. They had no choice. I would think that is the right decision. Luke was 17th at the time of this incident, so... Wow, we went almost 50 laps of green flag racing, and the yellow flag reared its ugly head. We're going to have a jumbled up restart, which we're going to get to now here at Auto Club. Yeah, we were busy checking to see why Elena Aurora was a lap down. Then I look up and see drivers slowing down. I'm like, is the caution out? And the answer was yes, because the pace car was already out on the track. So, and it looks like everybody did get back on the lead lap, with the exception of the 27, who did get one of his laps back. So that is good news for the 27. So he is now 2 laps down. And looks like Timmy Turner, Ben Tennyson, both out of the race due to mechanical problem. I'm starting to wonder if there was some oil on the track right after the 40 spun is why Winston Cup officials threw the caution. That would be my guess. Anyway, that's a tough break for Ben Tennyson and Timmy Turner, both out of the race. Top 10 as we go back to green. Kevin Joseph is the leader. Crystal Fontaine second. Tatum Wright third. Annie Winters fourth. Bridget Thomas fifth. Nick Batson, Monica Towns. Tyler, is it Tyler or is it, hold on. Yeah, it was Tyler. Okay, I was right. Tyler Carmichael. Margaret Jacobs, Nathan Orman, your top 10. Orman gained a lot of spots on that sequence. So all those drivers that just came to pit road before that caution came out, that was timing to perfection. And it forced all those drivers that just came to pit road to come back in to get some tires. Back to green here at Auto Club. So that caution timed out good for Orman, Kevin Joseph, those drivers that stayed out all the way to almost lap 50. They were hoping for a caution. They got one. And all those drivers that came to pit road really came back to haunt them. But to go almost 50 laps into a 50 laps before our first caution, looks like these Winston Cup drivers had some common sense. Let's not get aggressive this early in the race. Let's get into a nice green flag run. And that's exactly what they did. And the 27 is up to speed. Remember, he is 2 laps down. Katsuro came to pit road after mechanical problems. Hurt the 27, so he is up to speed. So that's the good news. So everybody is up to speed. We have 40 drivers on track, 39 of them currently on the lead lap. Oh boy, Timmy Turner is not going to be a happy bunny when he leaves here today. That's a huge disappointment. Huge disappointment if you ask me. I'm trying to figure out why I got pinged. We're, by the way, also nearing the midway point of today's race, the Thanksgiving 250, by the way. Cat Zero's now in 40th, so he's just trying to get back up into the deal. Of course, we've yet to have our first wreck of the day. We've had our first spin of the day. Cat Zero just got out of the throttle there. Of course, he's not battling anyone for position. He's off the lead lap after he had mechanical problems. Unfortunately, going to take him out of contention unless he gets another lap back. He was 3 laps down. He's now 2 laps down. And Kevin Joseph has the race lead. Cody Smart in 13th. Senor Sean's in 18th. Good run for Senor Sean, having a quiet run. See where Nathan Orman's running. He is running in the 4th position. So that strategy of staying out, well, make that 3rd as he got around Tatum Wright. But I'm going to say this. For that strategy for Ormy, Joseph, and a number of drivers that came to pit road towards the end of that fuel run, right near lap 50, boy, they're sitting in the catbird seat of, having fresher tires. I bet you Kevin Joseph is saying, yes, that caution came out. But at least the officials made sure everybody got around the pace car and got back on the lead lap. So there we go. Just past the halfway point of this race. Halfway through the Thanksgiving 250. If you just joined us, happy Thanksgiving. Dean DeVoyles here at Auto Club Speedway of Southern California. Contact between Annie Winters and Nathan Orman. That could have been big. Oh, somebody's blown up. Someone has blown up and is in the pits. Who is that? Oh, looks like it's the 17. Is it the 17? It is the 17. Leela Bakai's gearbox went kaboom. I'd be concerned about Ormy as far as I'm concerned. Leela Bakai out of the race just past the midway point. That's got to be gut-wrenching. That's got to be gut-wrenching there for Bagai. Cody's favorite driver, by the way. So Lila Bakai becomes the third casualty out of the race. And remember, the 27 had mechanical problems at the beginning of the race. I'm getting a little concerned about these drivers in the Ford, the Chevys. I would be concerned about the Dodge camp right about now, about these mechanical problems we're seeing here today. And we still don't even know what was wrong with the 27 because they never changed tires. So it was clearly an unscheduled pit stop as a result. And the caution is out, I believe. Yep, caution's out. Cody Smart has crashed. There's our first wreck of the day. Cody Smart, a lot of damage to the Altel Dodge. Who else was collected in this? Bridget Thomas, Annika Ritchie involved. Second caution of the day, first wreck of the day. Looks like a wreck in turn number 3 for the second yellow of the day. Now this gets a little interesting. Do you pit now or do you stay out? That's the tricky question. Looks like Vanko Seaman's going to come to pit road. I think he wants to come in and get tires. Lana Aurora's going to come in. Does she have any damage to the car? No, she does not. Now we're starting to get some strategy. Plus the cars that were involved in that wreck. So the caution's out for the second time today. Let's jump back, look at the replay, see what happened to Cody Smart. We're on that number here at Auto Club. All right, this is what happened going into turn 3. This is our first crash of the day. Looks like Cody thought he was clear, but didn't realize the 18 was there. Tell you what, Annie Crenshaw did a great job missing the 18. Took all 3 cars into the wall. That's a tough break for Annika Ritchie, Cody Smart, and Bridget Thomas. Bridget Thomas raced her way into this event, so she'll be very disappointed with that. They were running in the top 10 at the time of this crash. And that's what put us under the caution for the second time here today at Auto Club Speedway. So really a tough break for all 3 of those drivers. They're really not going to get a good finish as we're going to head to the restart here at Auto Club. Going to go back to green on lap number 72 of 125. Kevin Joseph is the leader. Second is Nathan Orman. Monica Towns third. Annie Winters fourth. Crystal Fontaine, Tatum Wright, Lucy Myers, Annie Crenshaw, Riley Anderson, and Sean Art, the top 10. Where are those drivers that are restarting at the back? Vanco Seaman, Lena Aurora. Looks like Betty Johnson came to pit road, so it looks like they might be good to go the rest of the way. And nobody retired out of the race after that. Leela Mackay did retire out of the race before the caution came out, so she joins Timmy Turner and Ben Tennyson back in the garage area. 39 drivers on track, 38 on the lead lap. We're back to green here in the Thanksgiving 250. Kevin Joseph is currently the race leader. Here comes Riley Anderson, the 6. As looks like the 27 is just trying to get one of his 2 laps back. He's only down 2, now he's down 1. Remember, the 27 has had a mechanical problem. He's been slowly trying to get his lap back, but he's now going to go back down 2 laps down. He'll more than likely go by the 23, the 12, and the 18 who are off the pace due to the damage they received. Remember, this is an aerodynamic racetrack, I'd like to point out. As we are approaching 50 to go, the question's going to be for the 15, 43, and the 31 that stayed out, can they go the rest of the way on fuel? As we got a new leader, Riley Anderson, who's also a California native. 1 of 2 left in this race, the other being Nathan Orman. Of course, Ormy's the closest out of between him and Riley Anderson. Riley's from San Francisco, so even though she's from Minnesota, living in San Fran. Riley Anderson, still the race leader. Ormy's back to 9th. Still a good run for Ormy. That's going to be something we're going to keep our eye on. Lap traffic. Luke Knight, has he got any damage to his car? I don't see any damage on the Coors Light Dodge. I think it's the sunlight that's reflecting off that silver 40. Looks like the 16 is going to take the lead. Kevin Joseph been one of our strongest contenders in this race. Riley Anderson going by her teammate. That would be Kevin Joseph. Like I said, I'd be a little concerned about the Roush cars because, with the 17 out of the race, I also be concerned about the Roush racing cars about what happens if they retire out of the race due to mechanical problems. How about Senor Sean? He's already up in the top 10. Those drivers that came to pit road, Siemens in 9th. There's Annie Crenshaw. I haven't talked much about any of these drivers in this race. Elizabeth Gardner's been having a quiet run. Katsiro not on the lead lap. Alina Ritchie running in the top 10. Remember, Ritchie's not running the full schedule. Alina Ritchie isn't. Ashlyn Wright's also going to run some races in the 97 machine. So you can say the 97 will be an all-star team. Kevin Joseph, Annie Crenshaw is having a good run. Good run for the Robert Yates girls. Lucy Myers, Annie Winters. I know Alex Winters and April Winters will run part-time in the Winston Cup Series. Jerry Harvick running in 12. There's Elena Rora, who did come to pit road under the previous caution. Crystal Fontaine having a solid run. Jacob Tutu, Darby King. Brad Blackman is also having a good run. And Tyler Carmichael's had another quiet run here today. Michael Anderson, we saw yesterday he had mechanical problems as he was in qualifying yesterday. So they got whatever the issue was fixed on that deal. They did a complete engine change, which they kept his spot. They had to make sure it was an engine change. And there's something wrong with Luke Knight's car because there's no reason why he's off the pace like this unless he got damage involved in an incident. Annika Ritchie, Bridget Thomas, Cody Smart off the pace. And sooner or later, we're going to start talking about lap traffic coming into play in this race. And it looks like Vanko Seaman, who just stayed out, is now the race leader as we're on lap number 88 of 125. We are in our fuel window to make it the rest of the way. So if those drivers that just came to pit road under the previous caution, do they want to take that gamble and make it the rest of the way? Those drivers that pitted back on lap 78, do they want to take that gamble and try to milk it home to get a victory? Here comes Kevin Joseph to the race lead. Remember, Kevin Joseph has not made his final pit stop. Nearly got into the left rear. Made a little contact to the Napa Chevrolet of Vanko Seaman. There's Annie Crenshaw in third. She's probably thinking, if those two boys continue to rough each other up, I'm going to get myself up here at the front. Well, exactly. But here's the thing. We are also coming up to lap traffic. Not a good run for Michael Brown, but happy he made the show nevertheless. Senor Sean having a good run in ninth. So it looks like the 27 could finish probably no worse than maybe 35th. And traffic for the leaders. Oh, Seaman's got nowhere to go because the 23 and the 12 just boxed him in, and he's got no place to go. That's going to really hold him up. And that's going to allow Crenshaw and Joseph to catch right up to the Napa Chevrolet unless they get held up. Looks like the answer is no. So Vanko Seaman, excuse me. Remember, he pitted under that last caution. He's good to go the rest of the way. So does he want to risk it? Does he want to save fuel? We're going to have to see. We're just having fun in the president's chat. Oh man, I love you guys in the president's chat. Lena Aurora is another one of those drivers who also could make it the rest of the way. She's running in fourth. As we're approaching 200 miles, there's our pole sitter, Hannah Smith. We saw her drop back in the early part of this race, made some adjustments, and, for those drivers that stayed out, are they going to really, they're going to really need to pit again before this thing is over, unless we get a caution, which that's the last thing the 15 wants to see as a caution flag. That could really change the factor in this race. And I just heard cars coming on the pit road. This answers my question about those drivers who couldn't make it the rest of the way. Looks like Blackman and Robertson just came to pit road. So that strategy for the 1531 and the another driver who also came to pit road, this strategy worked in their favor. The question is, can they make it the rest of the way? That's going to be the tricky part. Annika Ritchie goes one lap down. We'll be at 25 miles to go in this race. All those drivers that had to come to pit road, look at all that. That's a lot of drivers who got lapped, and that was all because I like that strategy by the 15. Come get your tires now. You can make it the rest of the way. That was back on lap 78. He is like 3 laps to the good on making it the rest of the way. I really like that strategy on the 15 machine. Look at that. He's already lapped up to 9th place. And again, goes back to the strategy I was just talking about in this race. You have to have a good strategy. But then remember, when we get to the end of this race, can they make it the rest of the way on that strategy? That's the question mark. I really like this call by the Napa Chevrolet. You could also say that 43, Betty Johnson, she also played a factor in that strategy. This is a good strategy by these three drivers. If they finish 1, 2, 3, that strategy was what was the difference that got them a good result. Nathan Orman in 4. Look at all these cars that are a lap down. 27 is back to 3 laps now. Well, he gained a lap back, lost it back, and since then has not recovered, so that's a shame. While Vanco Seaman leads, we're going to take a commercial break, our only commercial break, because I'm going to go get some ice. When we come back, more Thanksgiving 250 as we're nearing 20 laps to go here at Auto Club. Welcome back to Auto Club Speedway. As this copyrighted broadcast is presented by the authority of the World Racing Association, the Blue Hedgehog TV, for the private use of our audience. Any reproduction or rebroadcast or retransmit or any other disseminations or the use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the World Racing Association is prohibited. Blue Hedgehog TV want to thank you fans for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast. Vanco Seaman, Lena Aurora, Betty Johnson, right now in 3rd. I wonder if she's starting to have troubles. Of course, all those drivers are going by her because they're on fresher tires. This is going to be a stretch. There's Vanco as he's putting Cody Smart another lap down. Right now, 3 drivers out of the race after. Of course, we have not had a driver out of the race due to an accident. We've only had 3 drivers out of the race due to mechanical problems. Leela Bakai, Ben Tennyson, and Timmy Turner, who's had worse luck than Nathan Orman, out of the race in the 42nd position. The good news for those drivers who are not having good results, this is a non-points event. So you can probably just say, well, on the bright side, at least it's the first haven't seen it, so the last thing that the 15 needs to see is a caution. I think it's going to go back to that strategy back on lap number lap number 78 that might have just won this race for the 15 bunch. Lane Aurora, Betty Johnson, more than likely going to be second and third. Fourth all the way down to 39th, we're a lap down or more. Well, Cody Smart, Bridget Thomas were badly damaged. Same with the 18, who's also a lap down. Supposed to be 2 laps down. I can't believe she's not even 2 laps down yet. Well, she will be eventually. And as I said, only 3 drivers will not reach the conclusion of this race. Boy, what a race we've had here today. Does Aurora want to pit now? Because she's going to lose all that track position. Up, 15's in, yep. 15 couldn't make it. That answered that question right there. Now, Lane Aurora, can she stay out with 10 laps to go? This is really going to play things a little interesting. Wonder if Betty Johnson could roll the dice. Oh, pit stops in the late stages of this race. Well, we thought it was going to be the right strategy. So it goes back to what I was just talking about. Now, does Aurora have enough fuel to make it? Can she milk it around? 23 couldn't make it on fuel. Betty Johnson's now up to second. Can't believe Betty Johnson is in second after all of that. Oh, man. Now, can Aurora or Johnson make it? If they can't, the 97 is looking like 31 cannot make it. Oh, my goodness me. Well, this was unexpected. Looks like Betty Johnson, I don't think, can make it either. Oh, you guys have been treated to a nice, spicy race. That means Alina Ritchie, as a result, will take the lead. Oh my goodness me, how the tables have turned. I thought for sure they were going to make it the rest of the way. Unfortunately, I was wrong. Oh, how the tables have turned. Annie Crenshaw to the race lead. Have they cleared? Yeah, they've cleared Aurora. So this is the battle for the win between Annie Crenshaw and Alina Ritchie. I did not have this on my bingo card list. We were going to have fuel mileage. That would play a factor late in this race. I thought for sure the 15 would have enough fuel. Same with the 31, the 43. I don't think they had enough tires to make it, and now this race has turned on its head as a result of this. Ritchie to the lead. Alina Ritchie, that is. I don't think I had that on my bingo card list. boy, this race just got even more interesting. Nathan Orman's in 8th. Sean is in 10th. What on earth is this race, folks? What a great way to spend your Thanksgiving with me, for heaven's sakes. You got to give the 15 a credit for trying that strategy. You got to give the 15 a lot of credit. Tried that strategy. That strategy didn't work. And what we thought was going to be a dominant win for the 15 turned out to be a shocking reality result. And now that's brought Kevin Joseph into this conversation. We're down to 4 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen. Holy bejeeber nuggets. Oh, if that was the finish, Andy Crenshaw would have won. 3 wide into turn number 1. Kevin Joseph to the race lead. My, oh my, oh my. If you would have told me the 15 was going to have to pit towards the end of this race, I would have not believed you a second. But the second I saw them come to pit road, that said to me, boy, I really didn't think they had to pit. I thought they had enough fuel. But apparently, I don't know if they filled it up all the way is why they came to pit road. Boy. Hope you guys are enjoying this race. This was a classic here at Auto Club. A classic. Do we have any lap traffic up ahead? Yes is the answer. 2 laps to go in the Thanksgiving 250. 5 miles left here in the Thanksgiving 250. What a race we're seeing here. And now it's Kevin Joseph versus 2 girls. Alina Ritchie, who's not running for the championship. She'll be in the Truck Series coming up in Season 2. This has been one of the most greatest races I've ever done on this channel. This race was longer than possibly Napa fans. White flag in the air. 1 more lap to go. Sponsored by Credit One Bank. That 18's going to play a factor. The 8's a lap down. 8 couldn't make it on fuel. That's a shame. Last lap of the race. Can they get around Annika Ritchie? Yes is the answer. Top 3 are clear. Through 3 and 4 for the final time. What a magical day! Alina Ritchie is going to win the Thanksgiving 250 at Auto Club in one of the most dramatic NR races you will see on this channel. Oh my goodness me, I did not see this one coming. I am just in complete shock. Wow, 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 wow. Did you all would have thought that was going to happen? Seriously. What an incredible race. Waiting for the standings to get official. Alina Ritchie will get the win. Well done to her. Kevin Joseph will get 2nd. Annie Crenshaw 3rd. Nathan Orman got 4th. Nathan Orman was as fast as Xfinity Mobile. Good job. Ponzo Alvarez 5th. Hannah Smith, Samantha Granger, Riley Anderson, Senor Sean, Annie Winters the top 10. Good quiet run for Hannah Smith. as now the drivers will definitely get out of their race cars and go hit the showers so they can get cleaned up and get ready for a nice Thanksgiving dinner, I can tell you that for sure. Oh my goodness. Vanco Seaman, who we thought was going to win this race, 14th. I really question I really give him an A+ for trying the strategy. Really tried that strategy. I really should give him applaud because he gave it a try. Unfortunately, just did not work out in his favor. But guess what? This was a non-points race. Why the hell not try to go for it? Try to risk it all. Unfortunately, it didn't work in his favor. As you look on down through the remainder of the finishing results, it really hurt Betty Johnson and Lena Rohrer, who finishes 30th and 32nd. They were we thought they were going to be drivers who we thought were going to possibly win this race. Unfortunately, that will not be the case. We had 33 drivers finish the race on the lead lap. Luke Knight was the last of those drivers. Nick Batson looks like he ran out of fuel along with Margaret Jacobs. So they will finish one lap down in 34th and 35th. Annika Ritchie was involved in our second and final caution of the race. Katsura Mirwais had mechanical problems, never recovered, 37th. Bridget Thomas Cody Smart was also involved in the Annika Ritchie incident back on lap 77. But they did finish the race, so we had 39 finish the race, 33 on the lead lap. And then 3 drivers did not reach the conclusion of the race, all 3 due to mechanical failures. Leela Bakai, Ben Tennyson, and poor Timmy Turner, who's got to be absolutely gut-wrenched to go out of the race in front of your home crowd. What a huge disappointment for the kid from California. He will finish in the 42nd position. Wow. I can't believe that. That was awesome. That was really awesome. That was probably one of the best Thanksgiving 250 races I've done in quite some time. Hope you guys enjoyed this race. Hope you stuck through this long video. If you did, be sure to give this video a like. Subscribe to become part of the World Racing Association crew today. We showed your full finish results. We'll see you guys next time at the Red Bull GT Series next race. Until then, I'm Daniel Willis. Thank you for joining me. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. And saying good night from Auto Club Speedway of Southern California. Coming up next, it's the Infinity Network Sports Studios programming already in progress. And you've been watching another broadcast of the World Racing Association of Greatest Racing since 2013. So long from Auto Club.